I bet. Welcome back to another episode of Toxiris Discovers. We got some albums y'all recommended and one I chose for myself, so let's get right into it. And wait. Before we start the video, you haven't liked it? You haven't subbed it? You ain't follow me on IG yet? Damn. You tripping, okay? Go do that shit and let's get into the video. Alright, so we starting off as always. Well, if there is an album I pick for myself, I start off with that one. And today we got one album I picked for myself, which is Melody Monster by Mir Fontane. And I really enjoyed this album. It is called Melody Monster for a reason. It is very melodic. That's what you know if you heard one or two Mir Fontane songs. But it got a couple bangers like Call J. Cole, which is one of my favorite tracks on the project. But overall, it's a very good album. I think there are a couple tracks that are just trying too hard with maybe too much auto tune or just too much overall. It's just too much, and I feel like overall he could cut a couple tracks because there are a couple tracks that are just unnecessary in my opinion, and make an EP out of this project and it would be way better. Still, I think it's a good project. Tracks like Call J. Cole are absolute bangers, and you should check at least a couple of these songs out. With that being said, I'm probably giving this project a 6 out of 10. I think it is very solid, and the tracks that are good are very good, but there are just too many that should have been left off in my opinion. So with that being said, we're getting into the first project that y'all recommended. That one being recommended by Zay-Getrichzay, Get Rich Zay, Same Zay. Yeah. I don't know about you, man, but you seem to really like those stunner for Vegas type rappers, and I don't know, they're just not for me. Like you recommended another one the last time, but I like that one way more. I feel like this one has nothing special. Literally, I've heard probably the exact beats, I've heard the exact lines. No, nothing I want to really hear. Well, it's just it's a 3 out of 10. I got none to say. It's just that typical stunner for Vegas, maybe kind of drill influence like Lil Reese type shit. Nothing special. Pretty bad, honestly. Then we get into the next project, which is Migos No Label 2, recommended by the man Bop and Crow. Damn, I was surprised. I like a couple Migos projects, and I heard a couple of the tracks on this project before. But as soon as I heard the intro, I was like, yo, these motherfuckers sound hungry as hell. They sound like you trying to steal off of their plate. Okay, you get what I'm saying? They sound hungry. Okay, and that continues for most of the album, and that's what I really love, because the way they get into their verses, like I've heard good Quavo verses, like good Quavo verses where he's not just auto-tune singing, but I'm talking like going in. And for me, that's rare, because usually I only come in there for maybe a Quavo hook and an offset verse and a takeoff verse. But yeah, good ass project. Only problem for me is it is too long. And I'm not saying too long because it has too many tracks or is too long in runtime, but I feel like for a project like this, it should be shorter, because after a while it gets pretty tiring, and there are a couple misses in the track list, definitely. So I can basically say what I can say for most projects: cut a couple of tracks and it's way better. But it's already like this, a 7.5 out of 10, and a very good project, one of the better Migos projects. Then we get into the next project, which is Hot Pink by Doja Cat, recommended by PJ Gameplay. This is one of the albums that's titling the video. I don't even know if this is rap. Yeah, she has some rap features. Yeah, she raps from time to time, but this is mostly just pop, bro. I still listen to it, and I'm still throwing it in here because Doja Cat is kind of part of the hip hop world, and I did enjoy the album. So I'm gonna just throw it in here, and yeah, the album is good. I did not know that this album had so many hits. Like, I went on Spotify, I listened to all my shit on Spotify, and bro, this had like multiple songs with over 100 million plays. Like, I knew some songs like Say So, but like I didn't know a lot of these songs, and they had streams. I was, what the hell? That was confusing to me. but good tracks. For me personally, the hits are the worst tracks most of the time. That's weird, but it is just like that. I really like the, if you could say that, deep cuts. I think they are better. Like the tracks that are just not as big, not because they are not as big, but just they sound better to me for some reason. But yeah, good project. For what it is, I probably got to give it a 8 out of 10. Like, honestly, like sometimes I think Doja's voice is kind of annoying, and obviously the lyrics are not great, but like you don't come to Doja Cat for lyrics, do you? So I think overall it's a pretty good project, and I did really enjoy it for what it is. So yeah, 8 out of 10. Then we get into For Christ's Sake 2 by Thouxanbanfauni and Unotheactivist. Yeah, that name was weird. I'm sorry. This was recommended to me by Kieran Cartwright. Shout out to him. And, well, I'm going to say it like this. It's one of the better Uno projects I've heard. I think I've heard 2 or 3 now. I'm pretty sure I heard Uno Verse, if that's the name. This is a good project overall. I got nothing to say about it. Like, it's, I feel like sometimes they sound like everything but not themselves. Like Future type shit is on there, Quavo sounding shit is on there, but sometimes they get together and have a catchy song. Like, I don't know, I appreciated a couple of these tracks and they sounded pretty fire to me. I don't know if that was just the mood I was in when listening to it, because it was pretty late at night, and I think that's what might be perfect for this project. It's a pretty good album, honestly. Like I could see worse projects than this. Even this video, I would probably give it a 6.5 out of 10, because it's not that much of my music, and sometimes it just sounds like a straight up rip off. But it had a couple tracks that really were good to me and that I added even to my playlist. So yeah, we get to the second to last project recommended by the man, yes sir, Anderson Paak, Malibu. Same with this project as with Doja Cat's projects. I don't know if this is rap. This is way closer to rap than Doja Cat's project, because he raps a lot on here, but he spends a lot of the time on here singing. And yeah, you could say melodic rap, so that's why it's in this video. I really enjoyed this project. Great production. Jesus, the production on here is, is very good. And the singing on here is great. The lyrics on here are great. Basically everything is great. It's just that a couple tracks didn't really stand out to me. Like, there were a couple tracks on here that I wouldn't cut. I think they should stay on the album, but they're just not as much for me, and they just kind of flow by. You feel me? So that's kind of dragging the album down, because I feel like this album didn't really get boring, but at some points I was like, okay, what is this bringing to me right now? Nothing. Yeah. So still a very good project. I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10, because this is literally the only critique I have for it. But good project, very good. If you like that shit like that, check it out. Then we get the last project for the day, recommended by Marcelo Paganato. Surely not how you say it, but I'm sorry. Lil Wayne, The Carter 4. This is my second The Carter project I'm covering on this series. I think in one of the early episodes I covered The Carter 1. And well, I jumped to The Carter 4 straight, I guess. And honestly, this is good. This is great. Like, this is easily my favorite project of the day. I literally added every single track besides one, because I didn't really like the sample of the song President Carter. But other than that, yo, good hooks. You know, this album has a couple legendary lines, like a couple legendary similes. So this project is just great. I'm not even here for the hits, like 6 Foot, 7 Foot. That's a great track, but that's not even one of my favorites on here. This has a Nas verse where I'm like, yo, what? Damn. Okay, this project is straight up great. I can see why people call Lil Wayne a GOAT more and more. And I'm only 3 projects in, with which one of them I did hate, which is Sorry for the Wait. But the other 2, great. Then, that being said, I'm giving this project a 9 out of 10. You know what? I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10 because there's only a couple things missing for it to be a 10 out of 10 for me. This is great. I love this. Like, I was literally, like, usually when I'm listening to 1 or 2 albums back to back, I'm getting tired after some time, or I'm getting tired from a 1 hour album. But this, bro, this shit didn't put me to sleep. This shit woke me up and was like, yo, motherfucker, wake the fuck up and listen to this shit because it's lit. Okay? That's what I did. So, with that being said, we are done with the video today. Throw some recommendations in the comment section and have a great one.
Remember back then, all them hoes ain't want me. Now I'm ballin', all them same hoes on me. Mama told me that this came with the money and the motherfucking fame. Even though I feel the same, I'm that nigga now. I'm that nigga now. I'm that nigga now. I'm that nigga now.